I'm K.E.
I'm Consuela.
And this is our boy Mike. Pull up on us for part 1.
Why'd you stop?
And I just wanna tell you how I feel. I'm pretty sure everything's been said. Someone else come around, my brain go dead. Rushing in familiar territory, leaving things unread.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Another week.
Another one. And what, again, pulling up on us. I love to see it. We really appreciate the commitment that y'all have shown to us.
Thank y'all. We got some loyal people out there, too.
For sure. And
Loyal supporters.
They've been dropping stuff in the comments. They've been great. I really appreciate y'all. As you can see, we got another guest here today. Mr. Mike Jones, and I ain't talking about who Mike Jones.
Oh, Lord.
But him, Mike Jones.
The one and only.
The one and only that Southeast know for sure. Okay, and to get into that, you know, I know you guys listen to on all of our videos, on our shorts on Instagram, all the stuff they pushing out the content, as well as when you get on here on YouTube, you can check it out and you hear the song that's played. Okay, this the man who created the song.
The man with the plan.
The man with the plan.
The man with the plan.
So we appreciate you for joining us, Mike.
I appreciate y'all for having me on the podcast. You know, y'all two of my favorite ladies, you know. So
It's just me.
one of my favorite ladies.
Chill out.
Two of my favorite ladies, you know. So when
I see a favorite.
when I heard about the podcast, you know, I was like scheming. I need to get on. Like I knew I had to get on. I had to get on one time.
Yeah, everybody want to be on, but everybody can't be on. You've done enough for us to bring you on.
That means a lot.
And looking forward to introducing you to our fans.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay then.
I'm excited.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Your boy is a C native. You know, we like to call Southeast Arkansas the C. I was gonna wear my Sea Dogs jersey, but things happen. You know, I was supposed to get here last night, but flight got canceled.
The weather was crazy.
It was.
The weather was crazy the last few days.
It was cool. Like, it was sunny and everything. Like, so I didn't know what was the
tell the people where you was at.
I was in Miami.
I'm out here in Miami.
I'm in Miami now.
Looking for the hoochie daddy.
You feel me?
So I need a new peppy.
You feel me? So like I'm in Miami now, living in Miami, and it was cool on my part, but having trouble getting to Atlanta, so I had to swing it today. So yeah.
Well, we happy to have you, man. Tell us more about you though, outside of just living in Miami. What do you do? You know, you from Southeast Arkansas. Tell us, describe yourself as, you know, somebody who was in your close-knit circle will describe you.
Oof.
No pressure. What would they say?
Woo!
I don't know. It's a lot you could say.
What would we say?
What would we say?
What would Aaron say? What would K.E. say?
Aaron would say, you know,
speak for me.
She love me. You know,
Dude.
I'm always dependable. I'm always there, you know, kind of funny.
Okay.
You know, I love making people laugh.
Yeah.
That's my, you know, we all go through a lot of, first of all, before I get too deep into it, I want to apologize to one person for how I'm finna talk today and the stuff that's finna come out maybe. I want to apologize to Betty Jean Jackson.
Grandmother.
My grandmother. That's the only person I want to apologize to. The rest of y'all,
we love you.
Yeah.
They meeting the adult version of you today.
Yeah.
Right.
My grandmother.
People think they know you, though. They really do not know you.
At all.
Yeah. So my grandmother, I want to apologize because, you know, I'm still your little boy. I'm still your baby. I'm still your baby. But with that being said, so, you know, from Southeast Arkansas, we grew up with both of these people right here, super close to both of them. The only two people that, you know, I'm not going to say that.
Watch it now. Watch it now.
But no. So now, you know, I'm an environmental scientist in Miami, Florida, working for a private environmental consulting company. And it's always what I wanted to do.
What is that? Tell the people what they do. Because I know because I've talked to you. But tell them what they do.
So like what we do is when people are, you know, developing land or they want to build apartments or stuff like that, there's certain environmental factors that you have to be in consideration of. So because I'm in Miami, Florida, you know, we close to the Everglades, we close to the Tamiami Trail, we close to all these different, you know, really historical environmental places that we have to make sure that you're not messing up what's there, what could be there, whether that's endangered animals, whether that's, you know, special trees, whether that's marine wildlife and stuff like that. So I basically go out there, you know, do a survey, make sure everything is good for that developer. If not, then there's ways that you can permit for it, pay for it. And so we do all that for them. I love what I do. It's always what I wanted to do since I was a kid. And I'm living my dream, man. I'm living a dream. I really
Yeah,
am.
you are.
So how y'all know? How y'all become friends? How y'all
Let
know?
him, I want to hear from his perspective first.
How you and KE become friends?
I want to hear from your perspective first.
Truth be told, I didn't like Aaron.
I can't figure out why people don't be liking
Truth
me.
be told, I did not like Aaron growing up.
Why?
Aaron was a bully, man.
I can see that. She's
She was
still a bully.
She was a bully.
She's still a bully. Well, not.
To
me, she's a bully.
first experience with Aaron, I moved. I was in DC. Remember everybody went to DC for a while. You remember that? Like we was kids, everybody went to DC.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Little kids. We all went
Yeah.
to DC, which is another school in Monticello. And I got into some trouble in DC. And you remember Miss Franklin? Miss Franklin was like telling my dad, like, hey, he need to take him to the other school. So, because the people I was running with. So I moved to Monticello school, what was that, like 4th grade? And by this point, you know, everybody know each other. They grew up, like, you know, me and you grew up together, but I didn't really grow up with them like that.
Yeah,
So
we didn't know you.
My first experience with Aaron, it was like 4th grade, pee-wee, recess. You know, everybody do the boys versus girls basketball. Aaron going crazy. And she talking crazy.
Open.
Talking crazy. I'm like, who is this person? Talking crazy. And you know, I don't know nobody, but she talking grimy. So from that day, I'm like, I don't really fool with her like that. Because everybody love Aaron. I feel like everybody's scared of Aaron low key. So like everybody just like routing her like, yeah, Aaron. She talking crazy.
Hooping.
So then fast forward, we get into like middle school and we start getting into like those like GT classes where like, if you like, you know, if you smart or whatever, they try to put you in these classes.
They seem to think we're exceptional.
If you're an exceptional Negro, you know, they want to put you in those classes. And so it was like me, Aaron, and like 5 or 6 other black kids. And so we was always around each other. We was cool from the sense of like just being in GT.
Just by association.
Just by
from the beginning.
association, yeah. And our parents know each other. It's Monticello, everybody know each other. But like, we just knew each other based off like being in those classes together. It wasn't like we gonna hang out after. So then high school come around, same thing. We get a little bit closer, but we really get close in college when we both go to UAPB.
Facts.
So she was gonna go to UCA, I was gonna go to A-State, but somehow it happened that all of that was fucked up for us. And so
You was gonna go where?
I was trying to go to A-State or Mississippi State too.
Mississippi State.
So I was trying to go, listen, I was
Keep me
You gotta get his story right.
No. I was trying to go to Mississippi State. I really wanted to. And when that didn't work out, because I needed to get like a 27 or something like that to like waive off out-of-state tuition.
Yeah.
And I kept making like 25s on ACT. And it was like, you need a 27. So I made a 27. And they was like, that's still not going to get you no scholarship. So I was like, all right, so I'm going to go to A-State. Go to A-State. And by this point, it's getting like super late into like the school year.
Yeah.
And so that didn't work out. But because UAPB just be taking everybody.
And do. Go on and tell them.
Hey.
Tell them how I got the UAPB.
You gotta
you
tell
was
that.
connected.
I don't even remember. You got to
We gonna get back on, but I feel like we can talk on this podcast because this is gonna be a good one. But so you and Bo, everybody know Bo Jack from Southeast Arkansas. You and Bo went to
Bo.
visit at UAPB.
We did.
Yeah, so y'all.
And you talking about my memory. This
Bro,
man don't remember nothing.
First of all, when he said I was out there hooping, I don't even remember him beefing with me like that.
Oh, yeah.
It was interesting.
You know me, I beef from afar. I don't say nothing. So you got to be
I
beefing
don't
from afar.
remember.
goodness.
I feel like I just want to clear that up. I am not just a bully. I ain't no bully like that.
was
but
you
when
and
on
like
the
3
basketball
other
court, I feel like ain't no game fun unless you talking trash. Like I'm a trash talker. Like
You
tonight
are, to
when we
this
all
day.
link up and
Uno.
kick it, I'm trash talking. We don't play Monopoly to this day because we be
Almost got
ready to
into a
fight. The whole group of
Lord.
friends can't play
Hey
Monopoly.
man, she slapped my hand.
She
and I
do,
slapped her.
but it's every game, and she don't even care. Like, okay, so disclaimer, this is kind of off, but just real quick, because we talking about how competitive and how you are. So, don't come for me in the comments. I don't know how to play spades. Okay?
Trash.
Okay. Fix y'all
Well,
face
I
first
did not
of all.
know that about you.
Don't embarrass us no more. You ain't really. What the hell to do with your story?
Uno is my game.
Scoot my chair over a little bit.
Uno is my game, but KE tried to teach me.
Game, like,
Like she made it.
It's
She
my
made
game.
it.
I love the game. But she tried to teach me how to play. It was my not my first time. I feel like you the only person that's ever tried. That was like your second or third time trying to teach me how to play.
But I had the patience to try to teach you.
No, you didn't. You're a liar. That's why I'm telling this story. She didn't have patience.
I can believe that.
She did not. She's like, man, come on, man. I done told you the rules. I'm like, I don't know how to play this game.
Well, okay, then if I tried to teach her 2 or 3 times at this point, don't piss me off.
But the first time was like years ago. We was like at high school. I never played again. See, I only ever get ready to play spades when I'm with you, and I don't remember because it'd be like,
okay, well, you need to do some work.
Did you hear the whole night?
yeah,
She gonna have to learn how to play because people gonna play.
I'm playing Uno.
We can't play no sophisticated games. We got to play Uno.
We play Phase 10.
Okay.
That is Aaron's favorite game.
Favorite. She be losing patience on that game too.
All right, bro. Moving back to the okay, so UAPB. Him and Bojack went to UAPB on the base. Shout out to Bojack from the C. He in the group chat too. We talking about the group chat a lot on here. Shout out to the group chat. Okay, so they went on a visit, and when they came back, this is how shallow I am. At this point, I wanted to go to the University of Arkansas to be an architect, and we'll get into that later in the episode. And then I wanted to go to UCA, but I didn't get into Bear Hall because I ain't put my application early enough, and that really pissed me off. So I wasn't going because I wouldn't. If I ain't in Bear Hall, I'm like humming. So I turned down my scholarship and everything. He goes on his visit. Well, UAPB, like, they was like, yo, do y'all know Aaron Campbell? You remember that?
Fam, I don't.
Dude, bro, you the one came back and told me. He's like, y'all know Aaron Campbell? And you was like, yeah, that's my dog. Whenever we in school together, cool. That's like, man, we trying to get Aaron Campbell to come here. And when y'all experienced that, you came back literally because you came back to school before the end of the school day. He was like, Aaron, they was asking about you when we went. And I'm like, who was asking about me? Because I have like family members who went to UAPB.
Look at God.
But I don't really have no connection outside of like the people in my church. You know, I know a lot of people who went to UAPB, but I was never considered it. You know, people say UAPB means you are probably black.
Yeah, you know, for us, and you know, that's what's crazy. So like, all right,
it's trifling.
So for
you are probably bumming.
That's what they
were saying about UAPB.
For our experience, and I don't really know because you went to Warren. But for our experience, like in Monticello, when we think about like Pine Bluff and UAPB, it was like a negative thing.
It was a negative connotation, a negative stigma
the black community.
Yeah.
And so when me and you went, like,
it changed it.
It changed a lot because people was like, why y'all going to UAPB? Because like we could have went to all these other places. And so, and this is from like the black people. It wasn't even from like the white folk.
Right, you don't need to go there. People were telling us not to go.
Yeah. So when we went to PB, my mom went to PB, so they was like, you know, we can get y'all hooked up, we can get y'all in there. And so back to like the original question, like me and Aaron got cool because it was me, you, it was Scoot, it was Frog, it was all these people that JT,
Lamarian,
all these people from like Monticello.
Shout out to
Aaron Jones.
Aaron was
the whole C.
Man, there was so many people from like Monticello that was at UAPB for like the first time.
Our whole community went to school together.
Yeah. And so like we all hung out. We was all deep together, and it was like, oh, that's the Monticello crew because we was always together.
Oh, y'all from Monticello?
Yeah, like we was always together.
And it was the cities from like Chicago, Detroit, all them kicking it. That's the Monticello crew.
Yeah, like
oh my God.
No, for real, because we was like just deep like that.
Yeah.
And so, in the midst of that, like me, Aaron, Scoot, and Frog spent every day together, just every day.
Sun up, sun down. And so
then it'll be Scoot and Frog play football. So it'd be times with just me and Aaron, and me and Aaron really got like super close because we started realizing like in a weird way, we're the same person, different personalities, different thing, you know, different ways that we go about things, but at the root of who we are, we're the same person.
I can see that.
Yeah.
For real. So like I tell everybody like that's like my spirit wife for real.
No,
we fight and argue like a married couple.
Don't beef and don't care.
A couple weeks ago, I ain't gonna need a lot to you.
Y'all, if y'all hadn't caught on yet, this alcohol.
Right.
This alcohol.
We give to you alcohol.
Yeah, we give to you. We present to you alcohol.
Yeah. So we was beefed out. You know, but we gon'.
So that's y'all backstory on
how we met. Yeah. Well, how we just start like really kicking it because it used to be everything.
I was about to say, me and Renee go back to like babies.
Yeah, we about good
babies.
5.
Why you turn to the side?
Cause I had to see her.
Yeah, I want to say about that. I want to talk about that too.
Wait, don't. Wait.
They got sexy for the podcast today. She look great.
Hey, look good for
Drop a comment and tell Consuela how good she look.
Thank y'all. I had to get her for Mike Jones.
She do look good.
Yeah.
Okay. But I met Renee man, we was for real kids, like babies. And I'll never forget, she pulled up, her parents pulled up, we was all in church. And she pulled up, and like, little shout out to Riri. Riri was like in a little like baby. Riri was like a baby. Like she was like in a
like
casket.
just born.
Like, bro,
a casket.
What you call? No, not the casket.
We sorry.
Hey, what you call?
We rebuke that in the name of the Lord.
A car seat, not a casket. The car seat.
Riri, we sorry. He didn't mean it.
I'm sorry, Riri.
She be watching faithfully too.
I know, Riri. I'm sorry, man. But that's how long I know Riri. Like she was like a real deal baby. But everybody was like, "Hey, who is that?" Because you know, Renee always been Renee. So we like, "Hey, who is that?"
Renee. Consuela always been Consuela. And I'm gonna tell you something about that too. Let's talk about it because I love you, friend. You are beautiful.
Thank
I ain't
you.
never gonna take that away from you. But guys in Southeast, man, I feel like y'all so shallow, man. Y'all did not love black women like that at first.
Yeah. Okay. True. I ain't gonna say that's not.
You kind of what? You ain't saying too? Yeah. Okay.
No. Because what I'm about to say is, so for me, all right. So for me,
I'm waiting.
Me too.
You know how like you hear like the stories, and I didn't let it affect me for real because I know some people that like, we can name some people that was like, oh, you not black enough to be, you know, fooling with us, and they went a whole different direction.
Yeah.
Like they wearing cowboy hats now.
Yeah.
Only got white friends, drinking beers.
Because we didn't accept them for who they were.
But for me, I never looked at it like it was a black problem. I just thought motherfuckers didn't like me. Hey, I'm sorry, grandmother. Lord. Jesus.
You can curse if you like to curse on him.
But I'm trying to be cool. But
I'm trying to be. God dang.
Like,
trying to be
I
cool.
was so like, as a kid, I'm thinking like, it's not that I'm not black, because I know I'm black, because I had situations where I was left out of places because I was black. So I knew I was very black at a young age. But
you didn't fit the stereotypical black where you feel like you have to be.
But at the same time, I was so green as a kid, I didn't even realize like y'all saying I'm not black because I'm smart. I like doing like sign. I'm like, I could tell you what bird that was that made that sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking y'all just don't fool with me.
Yeah.
Like y'all just don't like me. And so it didn't affect me to that sense where I was like, all right, all black people like, no, I still was with my niggas. Like that was it. It was me and my niggas. That was it. So but when it comes to loving the black women, that was also part of it too, because at the time, black girls didn't like me.
Yeah.
Or I
they
didn't
love
know.
you now.
I didn't know.
Why you
they love you now?
I did.
No.
I had a crush on Mike.
I'm pointing. Listen.
Back in the day.
And boy, let me tell you.
If you had no,
I ain't always been the sixth. Let me tell you.
I liked Mike in his chubby days. He was like, look.
I was real chubby.
Look,
hey,
he was short. I was tall.
My homeboy JT.
Long.
Hey,
We look like the number 10. Like the number 10.
Hey, the number 10. Oh, she's not lying. She had glass, boy.
They seen my glasses, them
hey,
big glasses.
My homeboy.
Still to this day.
My homeboy JT sent me a picture of this like wine bottle that my dad got, and we all on there with this picture. And boy, you couldn't tell where my neck and my face ended, boy.
On the bowl.
It was wild, boy. It was wild. But it was like that was us. And so again, as far as the black women, like at the time they didn't like me. Or I didn't know that they probably did, like on some Hey Arnold type shit. But like yeah, like cause boy, one of your friends, friends, boy, I ain't never had nobody roast me. Ever, boy.
I know what you're talking about.
I used to see this person.
I don't, but just tell me later.
I used to see this person, and when I seen them coming, I used to be like, damn.
Then you know she finna get you.
I'm like, check it. All right, what's
What you finna say?
What she finna say? I'm looking, I'm like, all right. And boy, she would just come up with some like, golly. And like, bro, black women, boy.
She really liked you then.
But,
no, for
but
real.
Again, I feel
we
like,
didn't know that.
I feel like it was a lot of girls like that liked me. I just didn't know. But again, I never took that and put that on black women, like, oh, black women don't love me. But it really wasn't until I went to PB that I was like, I can never look at a white girl the same.
Yeah.
For real. Just like.
That changed your perception because you didn't know you was loved like that.
But then also too, like, when I got to PB, I started seeing like levels. Like, it's levels to this.
It is.
And boy.
PB, I don't went back lately. It ain't the same. But back then, boy.
It was moving day. It was moving
shout
day.
Me a couple lot.
The K's was helping us like move in. You know, they was just introducing themselves. That day changed a lot for me.
Yeah. Boy, tough.
Boy, super tough.
Tough. I ain't never seen nothing like it before. And I think it's because coming from Monticello, it's a predominantly white town.
Mm-hmm.
So, we all grew up together, and now we had a couple now. That's another conversation another day.
We did.
But I don't even think they measure up to what we seen at PB.
No, PB was different.
PB was completely different, man. And it's just I just ain't never seen that type of level of black.
Nah, for real.
You know what I mean? And
real.
to be accepted, to be the fullest version of yourself.
Exactly.
And to really indulge in the culture, man. That was like one of the greatest experiences in my life. That made me part of who I am going to the HBCU.
I think UAPB saved me for sure.
Absolutely. And people were trying to prevent us from going there because it was a whole bunch of people who ain't even know what they was talking about. To me, that's
self-hate.
crazy.
It's just self-hate.
Self-hate.
I mean, yeah.
Or hating because somebody went and they got it and you perceive it to be something different and you ain't even go to college.
And the crazy thing they say about PB is like the partying and all that. But you're going to do that wherever you go.
Wherever you go.
And then like the whole, I heard some people say, I want to go to a place where it's diverse like the world.
UAPB is just as diverse. It's white people go there to school there too.
What you find is like people that go to the PWIs, they gonna congregate with the other niggas.
Yeah.
It ain't like you out here searching for
something
white friends.
Yeah.
And listen, we not bashing no interracial relationships or friendships. We all got white friends. I got some really good white friends.
Me too.
I'm biracial.
She's biracial.
Not white, but I'm
She biracial.
I gotta say it every time we talk about it.
Everybody so. But but like the self-hate is what we like talking about. And it's like, you hate yourself subconsciously so much that you think me going to a black school is less than me.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
When that's the same institution that was educating people for hundreds of years before they even allowed you to go to those universities you want to go to, which is absolutely blasphemy to me. How you gonna hate on something that started the education? You wouldn't even be able to go to school had it not be for these institutions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to joke because I know you're gonna lead this, but if I had the opportunity to choose a different school, I would still choose a HBCU first. It may not be UAPB.
I'd probably go either Howard
or Hampton
or NCAT. Boy, no, NCAT got
yeah.
Boy.
I already know it's crazy over there, and I know the experiences are a lot deeper than ours because I feel like UAPB is struggling a little bit as far as like pride and togetherness. Now, I'm not saying I think it's the younger generation who's like struggling with that. The older generation is doing a great job, and they're trying to pull the rest of us in. But had I got the opportunity to experience another HBCU, it would have been Spelman, it would have been Hampton, it would have been Howard, and just the pride that those people got, I wouldn't go to a different university. It's a PWI. Why would I do that? I got plenty of time to spend out into the world, to spend in the world knowing that I'm black. Mm-hmm. I want to be around other great black people who are experiencing life the way and having the same perspective of life that I do, just so I can learn more. Mm-hmm. So do you regret going to PWI?
No, but I wouldn't have chose where I went.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have chose there, but
where would you have went if you had a second chance?
I initially was supposed to go to Fayetteville.
So you would have went to U of A?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You'd have been a Razorback?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
your life would have been different.
Very.
Had you been a Razorback?
Super different.
You would have been an NBA wife or an NFL wife. You would have been something different, baby.
Man, but here we are. So, but it's okay. I still might be.
Yeah.
Holla at me.
Claim it.
Hey, you hear me?
But no, so we was telling them how you knew me. And we was saying for church, like this going into, so he apologized to grandmother because dad is the pastor. So how was it being a PK? Like that's how he know me from church. I don't even know if you said that. That's
No, he said growing up y'all know each other from babies.
I did say church. I did say
church.
church.
I don't know if you said church,
I said she
but-
came to church. Remember?
Yeah, but it didn't get deep into what she trying to say.
Okay.
So I've been going. I started going there when I was like 6, all the way up until I left Southeast Arkansas. So my whole life was there, and so
for me,
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like you. Like this, the thing. This what bothered me, and maybe this because I like to eat and I'm green. You remember we used to have them nachos? The pastor kids always got the nachos.
See, all right, now we finna get into some deep stuff. Now we finna dive into some deep stuff.
Y'all used to get the nachos and candy for free.
To this day, okay, we could go back to your original question. So the first, how was it being a PK? For me, It was cool because I was gonna do me regardless.
Still, to this day.
To this day, I'm gonna do me regardless. And that's why I only apologize to my grandmother because my parents know me. Mm-hmm. Like my parents, and I've always been the type of person to not hide.
But Pastor Mike, I'm cool though.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like my dad was, and I thanked him for this because my dad would always say, like, you'll figure it out. Like you'll find your way somehow. So it was never like, you gonna do this, you gonna do that. Well, it was times like that, I'm not gonna lie. But it was like.
But you grown now.
But even then, like, you gonna whoop me? I'll take the whooping. Like, I'm gonna do it, take the whooping, get grounded, and then I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
And so for my mom, who I look like my dad, people think I act like my dad, but in reality, I'm Tyra 150%.
Yes, you are.
I'm Tyra Jones 150%. And so my mom, me and her, our lives mirror in so many different ways. Her mom didn't raise her. My parents didn't raise me for real. My grandmother raised me. There's a lot of things that she experienced as a kid, I experienced as a kid. So she knew, she was looking at me like, this is myself. So she knew, like, he a habitual line stepper. He gonna test the line. But at the same time, if I put up a fence, it's just gonna make it worse because he's just gonna jump it. And if you put up a fence, it's hard for you to come back. So she kept it open. She kept the borders open so I could go out there and see what it's about, but still if I need to come home, I can come home. Mm-hmm. And so I thank my parents for being that because my parents, looking back on it, they had pressure. Mm-hmm. Everybody always talking about them, good or bad, because it's a small town.
I never really heard nothing bad about them. I was talking to somebody about that the other day. Like, because, you hear stuff about different preachers and different this and that, but I ain't never heard nothing bad about them.
Because my dad is a true stand-up person.
He is.
Truly is. Like, I can't.
Now, that's the definition of stand on business right there.
Like, that's a real nigga.
That's my guy, man.
That's a real
love
nigga.
Pastor Mike.
Yeah.
Like,
for real.
And I've told you this several times, and I don't know if I've even, confessed this to him, but, growing up, my mom was a single mom. So, I really didn't. For one, it's two people in my life who are great men, and I'm not gonna get on one of them too much because I want to focus on what relates to you. Mm. But my Uncle Gerald, that he gave me my first job. My guy has taught me so much.
Shout out to
and
Uncle
then
Gerald.
it's Pastor Mike. Pastor Mike is like a second dad to me. Yeah. And he don't even be trying to. Like, the dude don't even know he's that valuable to people's life. He just be doing what God has called him to do.
You know how many times I heard people say he's a second dad?
And he don't. I'm gonna tell you how crazy this man is. I'm gonna tell you how crazy this man is. Just because he's such a stand-up dude, he don't even realize what he mean to people. So there was a problem with him and a couple of my friends as we got older, because he was everybody's dad. He didn't know he was everybody's dad. He was just being a man,
a real man.
Our doors was never locked because
good man, Savannah.
But he was such a good dude that everybody thought he really loved me. He do. But they thought once he got a certain age, he was gonna be calling them, checking in on them.
That's not my dad. Part.
My dad did his part. You out the house now, y'all grown, y'all in college, you ain't finna hear from him. And so he had problems with people in my circle because they thought he was that type of person because he had been that type of person before. When honestly, it's just because he a stand-up dude. Mm-hmm. He gonna take care of you because he see what you got going. He wants you to be okay because you with me.
Yeah.
And he know me, so he's let me make sure everybody is straight too. So he is such a straight up a stand-up guy that he was taking in other people's kids and not even realizing what that meant to other people.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing it for so you can look at me as a good person. He's so oblivious to how people look at.
He just taking care of business.
He's just taking care of business.
Yeah.
And that's a person I really admire. It's some things that we can work on, but
right, everybody.
But
that's everybody. But
parents.
Yeah.
But yeah. But when it comes to a true stand-up man, I can honestly say I got blessed in that sense.
Man, I gotta say this because I don't want us to move on before I say it, because it's just the whole time I was really not listening good because I was ready to tell the people about how stand-up this man is.
Go ahead.
I feel like they need an example.
Go ahead.
When I graduated from UAPB, me and Mike was roommates. in Pine Bluff when we moved our campus. We got our own apartment. The man paid our bills. He made sure we were straight. I remember that one time he hit us up and went off on us about the air conditioner bill. He went off. He went crazy.
Hey man, shout out to
But shout out to P Mike. He just followed the podcast too, so he must be pretty decent.
I seen
the man. First of all, I went to law school at Arizona State University. I had never went to campus. He was like, "Come down, we're gonna go eat as a family." We went to go eat. As we was talking, he was like, "Okay, so what is it?" Like he was asking me all the questions I feel like my parents should have been asking me because they just was gonna let me go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was like, "You know, you got some money?" I had $150. I was gonna drive my truck. Peroxide drove with me. I was gonna drive my truck all the way from Monticello, Arkansas, to Phoenix, Arizona, with $150. I had a couple credit cards. I was gonna get it, baby.
Make it work.
I was gonna get it, baby. Had a couple credit cards. The man went. He was like, okay. After we finished eating, he went, drove up to the bank. He's like, follow me. We drove up to the bank. He pulled up to the bank, got some money at the account, threw me the bread. Was like, hey, let me know when y'all make it. Be safe. Pray for me. Send me on my way.
To be real, I'm gonna cut you off. My dad love Aaron more than he. Hey, I'm gonna keep it up. Bean.
Don't say that, man.
Nah, I'm playing, but.
Are you? Is he?
Is he? Am I? Man, he love him some Aaron Campbell because Aaron Campbell is Michael Jones.
She is.
But let me tell you something. This is why me and Aaron got so close too. And this is like we get into some deep shit. But sorry, Betty Jean. But we the reason why me and Aaron was so close because at that time, me and my dad did not have the best relationship. And so for me, my relationship with Aaron was like, because she's low key like my dad, like that sounds weird, but like this is my dad and like this is the relationship I want with my dad. So me and Aaron became so close because she everything my dad would do or say or whatever, she would give me the same thing. So in a way, it was like I'm having a relationship with my pops through Aaron. And so that's how me and Aaron became like super.
He used to not even worry about you because I remember we was in the living room. We was in the living room at the crib kicking it, and your parents was there, and your mom was fussing like, "How y'all gonna do this?" Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, "Mike," she told your dad, and he was like, "What?" Aaron gonna take care of it. And then Mike just sat on the couch.
Mad.
I ain't say nah. Yes, sir.
She happy. She love it.
Yes, sir. Cause he already knew I was gonna make sure we straight. He ain't have to do all that.
It made her day. That day.
Her life.
For real. That showed me. And the only reason it made my day that day, not because like they gave me some type of weird flex, it was that I was getting things from him that I wasn't getting from my parents. Mm-hmm. Like not to say my mom, but my dad. Like I wasn't getting that type of, I didn't feel that value. The man trusted me to get stuff done. The man didn't have to worry about me. All he had to do is make sure I had the little stuff that I needed, and he didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Dude, just a stand-up guy. He made me feel good about my development as a human because he, like Mike said, he really did love me. We used to beef in high school. What Aaron make on the test?
I'm lying, too. Hey, I come home, you know, I remember one time, boy. So, like, I get my test score back. It says, like, 25. Listen, though, but
out of 100?
Listen, I'm thinking, listen, the first page clean, so I'm like, it's 25 out of 25, because it's a quiz. My first page clean, I see 25. I asked my homeboy, I said, hey, bro, what you make? He said, I made a 22. I said, yeah, we crunk, we happy. She over here as like being mad. It's out of 100. I said, oh. I flipped the page, it's all red. I said, oh. My grades
what was the class?
Pre, man, my grades was already bad. And so.
Wow, what was you doing?
Playing.
Because it ain't that you didn't understand.
Playing, not focusing.
Playing. So then.
In the back laughing.
So then we get to the progress report time. I'm out of there. I said, but Dad, Aaron's struggling too. I think she got a 64. He said, well, y'all need to do better. And that was it.
He only got a pass because he tricked this man thinking that I was doing bad. Because I definitely had a 64.
She probably had like a
I had a B.
Probably.
I had a B. It was hard to get an A up in there. Everybody from Monticello, Arkansas, right? Because that was the first teacher after Miss Gorman. We struggle with the trig, try to keep a B up in there.
When she say we, she meant the people that was trying.
Yeah.
Me and like 5 others.
I feel like your parents, Pastor Mike Lake's heart was hard on everybody though, because a lot of kids at our church was smart kids,
Bro.
and it's because they was like hard on us.
But you know what?
The expectation.
Yeah.
That was not
It
hard on us.
wasn't-
The expectation was you had an expectation y'all was gonna do it.
in life, not just at church to
But-
behave at church as church kids, but they like really cared
Yeah.
about.
Out of a few people, like we all doing good though.
Yeah,
That's a
Everybody
fact.
doing
That's a
good.
fact. We turned out good because of the community that raised us. Lady Tyra had to have a conversation about me, and I did not understand. I did not see that. I guess I was very arrogant. I'm gonna be for real. I'm gonna accept that. I did not see the world how I should have been seeing it. You know, I just knew that I was going to do well and just, okay, it's good enough. Like I was team 89.5. You remember she had that conversation with me? We was back there in the computer room. Man, you
I
don't
was
remember
probably
nothing.
mad, man.
So I don't feel bad for not remembering nothing on
Yeah.
because nobody else does either.
I was
It's just
team
you.
I'm selfish.
89.5 and she got on to me about that. But it wasn't like fussing. She had to explain to me like, okay, Aaron, you have so much of a higher ceiling than just doing the bait. You're doing enough. How does that make you better? I said, ain't it an A? Does it not round up to an A? I'm confused on what you mean.
I know Tyra Lee has something for that one.
Oh, she laughed. Yeah, Aaron, it adds up to an A. But is that enough when you really could do so much more?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, I'm gonna take the time to try to do better, do the best I can. And then when I start seeing the strides in my life. Where I'm no longer team 99.5 because that's just doing enough to get by. When you want what God got for you, you got to be all in, balls to the wall. You got to go and give it to life.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's real.
So growing up in church, how did that prepare you for life?
I think because
So we was there every time the doors open.
I think I got to see behind the scenes that, that people are real people. And that one thing it also told me too, so going to like the arrogance thing, I'm going to therapy, which is like new for me.
Black
Everybody
men in
cut that for you.
therapy.
Cut that up for
Yes,
Love that for you.
yes.
Going to therapy, and one thing I learned about myself is, one thing about me, and they know, is like I really don't care what people think about me. I truly don't. Whatever you say, Mike can be Mike this, Mike that. All right, cool. I'm gonna keep going. But one thing I really do care about, what I do care about, is what people think about my character. Mm-hmm. And I ain't had the best character. I really have not had the best character. But there was a time in middle school, I remember my therapist asked me, she said, what was middle school like? That was like our first day. And I'm like, why is she asking about middle school? That's weird. But I'm like, I really don't remember middle school. It's all just a blur. But I do remember, like, specifically, she was like, what did people think about you in middle school? And that triggered something. It was like, I'll never forget, there was this time where all these kids was finna do something, like the dudes, they was finna do something. And I'm like, I ain't hear about it. Why I ain't hear about it? And when the homies was like, oh, they said, don't tell Mike, because Mike arrogant, Mike cocky, Mike think he all this. And I'm like, I ain't never heard that about myself before. And I'm like, what? Whole time I got low self-esteem. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'm better than nobody. And so for me, I always wanted to be the best. I always wanted to be the smartest. I thought I was the funniest. I thought I was the most
You think
handsome
you're funny.
nigga. I used to wear this fro, same shoes, same clothes.
Fat
And I
ass
thought,
looking.
listen, bro, you couldn't tell me nothing about myself. But when I heard that, it was like, oh, wait a minute. Like, people think I'm better than people, and I'm gonna relate this back to what you said. And it's like, I started to change the way. Like, I didn't want to try hard. That's when I stopped making all A's, was around that time. Like, I didn't want to be the smartest. I didn't want to be the best at everything, because to me, it made me feel like, or I related it to people thinking like, me really just wanting to be the best, not to outshine nobody else, but just for me, oh, he think he cocky. And I wanted people to like my character. Like, to me, that's an attack on my character. So like, I dialed myself back so much to where I really like lost who I was. And so like, going back to like church, so how did that like help me in life? You know, you talked about like the preacher kids getting all the stuff for free. I hated that. I hated when they would like make us sit at the So you know me, like I was never, they was like all the family be up there, the kids up there, like Mike ain't up there. Where Mike at?
Right.
Mike in the back
on
with the people.
microphone. Where's Mike?
Where's
Somebody
Mike?
go get Mike.
Like they want us to walk in and everybody clapping for us. Y'all go ahead. And I'm gonna go sit over here. Because I never wanted people to think that I thought I was better. I thought it was weird. Like, why do we have to sit up here? Why do we get stuff free? Why do we eat first? Why do we do all this thing? Like, we know better than nobody else. And so for me, that's what church kind of helped me see. Like at the end of the day, we all on the same playing field. I don't care if you're the pastor, the preacher's kid, the whatever, the choir director. We all on the same level. Like, we all go through real stuff. And my dad used to ask me, like, why are you always hanging with this group of people? Why you always on that side of town? And it's because for me, that was like real for me. Mm-hmm. Like, these people were real. I didn't have to be Mike, the preacher's kid. Like, for everybody else in the church, it was like, oh, you can't say that right now, Mike around. But for like the homies, for like my friends' moms and dads, like, it was like real life.
But some of us at church wasn't like that.
Not everybody.
But y'all used to come to our house all the time. So.
Yeah, facts. What I'm saying is, though, it was people that felt like, okay, because that's the pastor and his kids, like, we got to be a certain way. But for me, I didn't care either. Like, I always been a man of the people. Yeah. Always. I always never wanted to be high. Why are you laughing?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Anyway, so it's like, because for me, it's like, I feel like the best way, even as a leader, any type of pastor, any type of whatever, you have to be of the people to be for the people.
Absolutely.
And so I feel like some people, you see it all the time where like that little bit of power, like you went from being usher number 3 to now you the usher. Now
you think you're above everybody else.
Now you're going crazy.
Man.
And I seen it so much in church. Church taught me so much. I seen it so much where it's just like, all right, that's not how it is. That's not the move. That's not the way. And so I think that's what, that's why I get along with everybody now. I could be in any type of room. You put me in any room with anybody.
You gonna survive.
I'm gonna survive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave with about 4 or 5 friends.
Absolutely. And I think that's how we got really cool too, because our personalities are like that.
The same with that.
Yeah.
Talk to anybody.
I've never seen it like that though until you brought that to my perspective.
What?
That we are very, very much alike. As far as like our personalities, how we handle people, the things the way we see things, our experiences in life, they're very similar.
Yeah. Like right now, like I've moved so much,
which is getting into our next topic.
Well,
about him moving. Yeah.
So y'all hit on college, and that. But since you graduated college, like you done lived
everywhere.
What? Just you want to tell us something?
Both
of y'all actually. So you want to
expound on that?
How did that help you become the man that you are? Like, living in all these different places, having all these different experiences. Like, how did that?
Tell the people how old you are and where you've lived first.
I'm 28. Talking about where I live first.
You don't have to say it in order, just wherever you.
Well, okay.
Like
let me say this too. We talk about God, but like, and I know I be wilding, but God love me, and
does He know who you are?
He know who I am. He know my heart, like Lamarian said. Shout out to my cousin Lamarian. He know my heart, Mario. Everything. So I was thinking about this the other day. Every decision I've made, good, bad, indifferent, has led me to the point to where I'm at now. Like I said, going to therapy, like getting right, like. I'm the happiest I've been in years because for the first time in my life, the vision is clear. And I've never had a clear vision in life. I was just floating. And I've gotten to do everything I wanted to do. I've gotten to go to crazy places. I've gotten to be with the most crazy, beautiful women, like doing all this crazy stuff. Like I've lived
You have. That's why it tickled me so bad.
I've lived
I know the origin story. That's why it's so funny.
I've lived a crazy life floating.
Getting flued out.
I got flew out.
Tell us.
Like a bad.
We're going to get back to the point.
Like a bad bitch. And I felt like one too. I FaceTime my niggas. I said, hey. Hey, I'm on the phone. I said, look, I had my bag. Head tied up. I said, hey. I had waves at this time too. Yeah. I said, hey.
My waves don't swim.
Where you going? No, matter of fact, let me back it up. Shout out to my boy B, roommate at the time. I said, hey, cuz. He said, yeah. I said, hey, bro, can you watch my dog? He said, yeah, what you about to do? Bro, I'm going to New York. He said, yeah. Bro, literally, like, he's like, when? Tomorrow. I'm gone. She
paid for the ticket, paid for everything on the trip. Baddie, you a baddie. What were you listening about this morning? You a baddie.
You're a baddie.
I got flew out, but
was she old or no?
No.
And you know what? And she was right. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
And my boy pulled up, did his thing, and went home. I ain't talked to her no more.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Michael!
That's a lie. That's a lie. That is a lie.
You
When I tell you
No. That's a lie. I'll tell you though. So
Don't say no. Answer this question first, and then we gonna spin the block on your wild life.
About spinning. All right. So, but everything I've gotten, like,
Where you live? That's the question.
that's what I'm saying. Everything that I've achieved, every decision, it's like it was so perfect. The plan had to be perfect to get to where I'm at now, and I don't take that for granted. Like, because my whole life I just been floating. Like I told you, but around middle school was when I started. Like, I stopped trying for real, and I just been floating my whole life, my whole adult life, but I was still able to accomplish things. So it got to the point, it's like, if I actually try and apply myself and I get a vision, and it's like, what does that mic look like? And I'm excited to see that mic. But so when I graduated college, I met this guy on the plane. And again, I'll talk to anybody. He had, I think, like Alabama A&M stuff on, which is like a rival for UAPB. We started talking. He like, man, bro, you cool. What you want to do? I said, man, I just want to be outside. Because me and Betty Jean, growing up all the time, Betty Jean raised me, and we would watch like Steve Irwin, the Crocodile Hunter. That's who I wanted to be. I wanted to be the black Steve Irwin. To like, my brother Jordan say it all the time. He'd be like, Mike, what type of bird is that? Oh, that's the yellow one. And then everybody be laughing. But for me, I was like, that shit was cool. Like, I wanted to know every animal. I wanted to so I told him, like, bro, I just want to be outside. That's what I always wanted to do. That's always been my vision. Like, I'm going to work outside. I want to be with animals. I'm talking about everybody laughing at that.
No,
Did that come from because y'all always had dogs?
No, it's because, like, for real,
Y'all always had an animal that I was
that's true.
terrified of.
That's true. But, like, my grandmother instilled so much into me because my grandmother didn't get to live a life. My grandmother, she got married at 16, and she like devoted her life to somebody and to a idea and a cause because she truly believed in that person. She truly believed in the idea. She was like, God was her thing for real. So she didn't live a life. So for us, the grandkids, and especially me, because she like really raised me, was you can do anything you want to do because she didn't get to do it. Like, we talk on the phone every other day in the morning, and I'm telling her what I'm doing. She's like, oh my God. But it's because, like, she didn't get to live a life. So she pushed me into all these different areas, and, like, any idea I had, like, anything, she'd be like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's do it. And so that curiosity, that the love of science on us, that came from her. Honestly, it came from her. But anyway, so then meet the guy, get the job in Virginia, lived in Virginia for a year, doing timber, like cutting down trees and stuff like that. Moved to Florida for 2 years and I was a wildland firefighter. So I fought.
Every time I laugh is because I'm remembering a memory of each thing that you're saying. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was a wildland firefighter for a couple years and did timber down there as well. Then I moved to Augusta, did the same thing there. But then I moved to St. Louis and was there for like almost 3 years and was doing agriculture. I was the urban ag director for like Southern Illinois, and it was like I was one of the youngest dudes, and they kept telling me because they really wanted to get East St. Louis up and going. That was like, it can't happen. Like them just niggas down there. Like that's what they were telling me without telling me. But I'm like, how y'all know? Ain't nobody tried. So I went down there, and I'm just, me. I'm just, what's up? What's up with y'all? What's good with y'all? Like at this point I got the braids and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're like, who is this dude? And so I was able to make that work, but then, situations happen, life happens, and I'm like, all right, it's time to go. Like, I feel it's time to go. And all those experiences led me up to Miami to where I was able to get a job. I had no experience. The job was like 5 to 8 years experience. And let me tell you something about a woman.
Let you tell me something about a woman. Okay.
Let me tell y'all about.
Man, I always trying to tell you something about a woman.
Tell me something about a woman.
Listen.
Just like a baddie.
Listen. And this is, I mean, it's from the bottom of my heart. A woman's faith, we laughed about this. A woman's faith is delusional.
Absolutely.
Women are delusional.
That scares me.
But in a good way. You're like, you can't tell a woman nothing that she gonna be or what she can't do.
Right, because watch this.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
show you a magic trick.
Man. And we talked about it. We laughed about it because it's like you got like two people in the world. You got the dreamers and you got the people that live in reality. I feel like a lot of people like me, like you live in reality your whole life. Like, it's like, okay, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this. So you try to make it work, but you're not thinking about like, there's something bigger than this.
And that's real.
Tell the truth, how I feel, like I'm the only one that's real. Can't be the only one that feels like holding you real tight till midnight. Tell me how you miss free throws, that's 3 points on